You think you've seen it all with Chrisean Rock? Think again. She's back in the spotlight, but this isn't just drama with Blueface. This is next-level chaos. She's calling her young son the new Jesus, buying land to build a private compound, and openly asking for donations from people she once publicly insulted. She's preparing for marriage, navigating co-parenting drama, and claiming everything she does is guided by God. Supporters call it bold, critics call it cult-like, but everyone is talking. Stay tuned, because what happens next is shocking, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. Baby, I know at this point nothing Chrisean Rock does can really surprise you anymore, but she's back in the spotlight. And this time it's for something far more intense and unusual than her usual headline-grabbing drama with Blueface. People online and in the media have been raising eyebrows over some of her recent claims, and for good reason. Most notably, she reportedly referred to her young son, Chrisean Jr., as the new Jesus, a statement that immediately caught attention and set off a whirlwind of speculation. On top of that, she's been openly discussing plans to live with her pastor and purchase large parcels of land to build what many are now calling a cult-like compound. Naturally, these comments alone have people talking, but what makes it more intriguing and unsettling is the level of detail and conviction with which she's presenting her plans. According to Chrisean, she has already bought the land, is laying the foundation for a compound, and is actively preparing for marriage, all of which she says are part of a divine plan guided by God behind the scenes. She claims that everything happening is under spiritual supervision, and that she is simply following where she believes God is leading her. The situation has only fueled curiosity and suspicion among the public because of the way she's been sharing these updates. One day she announces she's buying acres of land, and the next, she posts an address asking people to send donations. For many, this abrupt shift from boasting about financial independence to soliciting help online feels confusing, inconsistent, and even manipulative. It has caused people to question her motives, wondering whether she is genuinely focused on creating a personal sanctuary and spiritual foundation, or whether these statements are part of a broader attempt to generate attention and maintain her relevance. Chrisean, however, seems unfazed by all the speculation. She's made it very clear that anyone who wants to know what she's doing or see her life firsthand is welcome to visit her in Baltimore, where she says she now feels safest and most grounded. She emphasizes that Baltimore is her sanctuary, a place where she can focus on her spiritual and personal growth away from the constant drama and scrutiny she experienced in Los Angeles. She has no plans to return to LA unless a trip makes real financial sense, which to her means that unless there's a substantial bag attached, she won't even entertain the idea of traveling there. Beyond her location and spiritual intentions, Chrisean is also focused on building her life in a structured, organized way. According to her statements, she is carefully setting up her compound, putting all things in order, and taking deliberate steps to ensure her future is secure. At the same time, she has made it known that she is preparing for marriage. For those wondering about the identity of her fiancé, Chrisean has revealed that it is her 19-year-old rising rapper boyfriend, 3, also known as Top Hat 33K. She describes this relationship as meaningful and central to her current life, portraying it as part of the foundation for the family and legacy she is trying to establish. In her view, building a spiritual and physical compound, creating financial stability, and committing to marriage are all interconnected steps that align with her larger life plan. While Chrisean supporters may see her actions as bold and ambitious, critics are questioning the reality and practicality of her plans. Many are skeptical about her claims, particularly because she has recently solicited donations from the same online community she has publicly insulted in the past, calling followers clout chasers and implying that she doesn't need anyone's help. This contradiction, boasting about independence and wealth while asking for financial contributions, has fueled accusations that her statements are performative or manipulative. Still, Chrisean insists that her purpose isn't to please critics or explain herself to anyone. She believes that those who genuinely want to understand her life must come to her on her terms, in the environment where she feels secure and empowered. In addition to the compound and spiritual foundation, Chrisean has expressed that she is prioritizing peace, stability, and safety for herself and her son above all else. After previous public conflicts and ongoing drama, she has made it clear that she won't put herself, or her child, in situations that feel unsafe or chaotic. She stresses that every step she takes, whether it's building her property, organizing her finances, or committing to marriage, is done with intention and a focus on long-term well-being. Her statements suggest a deliberate attempt to regain control of her life, both personally and spiritually, while also establishing an identity that is separate from the drama that has defined much of her public persona. What makes this story even more compelling is the combination of spiritual, personal, and material elements in her narrative. Chrisean's claim that her son is the new Jesus adds a layer of religious mystique and controversy, while her commitment to building a physical compound signals serious long-term planning and ambition. At the same time, her marriage plans and relationship with Top Hat 33K show that she is trying to balance personal happiness and family life with her larger spiritual and professional ambitions. She portrays herself as a woman fully in charge of her destiny, navigating a world of scrutiny, criticism, and public curiosity, and doing so with a sense of purpose she attributes to divine guidance. All of this combines to make Chrisean's story both fascinating and polarizing. On one hand, she is someone who appears to be taking bold, unconventional steps to secure her future, invest in her family, and follow what she believes is a spiritual calling. On the other hand, her claims, public behavior, and online interactions leave room for skepticism, criticism, and intense debate about her motives, credibility, and judgment. Whether one sees her as a visionary, a provocateur, or someone lost in her own drama, there's no denying that Chrisean Rock has once again captured public attention in a way that is impossible to ignore. Baby, in short, Chrisean Rock isn't just back in the spotlight. She's creating a narrative that blends religion, ambition, and personal drama into one explosive mix. She's talking about building a life on her own terms, establishing a spiritual and physical foundation, marrying the man she loves, and protecting her child above all else. Critics may scoff, and supporters may cheer, but one thing is certain: she's making bold moves, leaving everyone guessing, and refusing to apologize for living her life the way she sees fit. In Baltimore, Chrisean has found her ground, and with her son and fiancé by her side, she seems determined to continue building her empire, her way, guided by what she believes is God's plan. I don't know if that young man is truly ready for marriage, especially with someone like Chrisean. But if you step back and look at this entire chaotic situation, he is honestly the only one who seems to be acting with any real sense or maturity. In a world filled with social media drama, public arguments, and constant speculation, his responses are almost shocking in their level-headedness. Recently, he was stopped for a quick interview, and when asked about his relationship with Chrisean, he didn't give a vague, evasive answer or try to throw shade. Instead, he openly stated that he fully trusts Chrisean. He emphasized that in his experience, she has never given him any sneaky, manipulative, or questionable energy that would make him doubt her intentions or her character. Unlike many of the people involved in this saga who are constantly creating chaos for attention, he comes across as calm, deliberate, and focused on reality rather than theatrics. During the same interview, he took a moment to throw a subtle jab at Blueface, pointing out that it was bizarre and unnecessary for him to drag Chrisean into the whole Bloods versus Crips debate. He made it clear that Chrisean has no ties to that lifestyle whatsoever. She is not a gang member, she does not participate in gang activities, and she doesn't even understand the political dynamics of that world. His comments weren't just offensive, they were a reminder of the very real danger that comes with those conflicts. According to him, people actually lose their lives over situations like that, often becoming entangled in drama or violence that has nothing to do with them. He stressed that Chrisean should not, and will not, be involved in something that could endanger her or her child. His advice to everyone, both publicly and privately, is simple: don't even entertain those conversations. It's a pointed reminder of how seriously he takes safety, both for himself and for those around him. Once the topic shifted to Chrisean's son, Chrisean Jr., he showed a different, even more mature side of himself. He explained that Chrisean had called him to ask whether she should allow her son to visit Blueface, demonstrating that she respects his opinion in co-parenting matters. His response was thoughtful and fair. He told her yes. His reasoning was simple and grounded. He wouldn't want his own child to be kept away from their parent, and he understands the importance of maintaining a healthy parent-child relationship, even amidst public drama and personal conflicts. He wasn't speaking out of insecurity, jealousy, or spite. He made it very clear that he is not bothered by Chrisean interacting with Blueface. To him, that is her child's father, and that particular relationship exists regardless of personal feelings. He seems to understand the complexities of co-parenting in the modern age, especially when fame, social media, and public opinion are constantly influencing people's perceptions and actions. Furthermore, he didn't shy away from defending Chrisean against false accusations. When asked about Blueface's claims that she does not take care of their son properly, he outright rejected those statements, saying they are completely untrue. According to him, Chrisean is a responsible mother who makes her son a priority, and any rumors suggesting otherwise are baseless and unfair. He emphasized that he observes her behavior firsthand and knows she genuinely cares about her child. In doing so, he positioned himself as someone who values honesty and accountability, refusing to perpetuate misinformation for the sake of drama or public entertainment. Beyond defending her publicly, his overall demeanor throughout the interview conveyed a sense of stability that stands in stark contrast to the chaos surrounding them. While much of the social media narrative has focused on conflict, insults, and heated exchanges between Chrisean and her exes, he seems committed to approaching situations rationally and calmly. He recognizes that the spectacle created by online arguments and viral clips often distorts the truth, and he deliberately refuses to contribute to that distortion. By prioritizing facts, safety, and fairness, he presents himself as someone capable of navigating complex personal relationships with integrity, a quality rarely seen in the ongoing whirlwind of drama surrounding Chrisean and Blueface. In essence, his approach to the relationship, co-parenting, and public scrutiny demonstrates a level of maturity and foresight that contrasts sharply with the rest of the chaos. He is focused on trust, transparency, and protecting the people who matter most to him. He doesn't feel the need to create headlines, stir up controversy, or defend his reputation online. Instead, he prioritizes thoughtful communication and reasoned decisions, both in private and in public. His measured responses suggest that, while he may not be perfect, he is approaching this relationship and the surrounding complications with a level of sensibility that could be described as rare in this particular context. Ultimately, while questions remain about whether he is ready for marriage or fully prepared for the challenges of being involved with someone as high-profile and controversial as Chrisean, his recent statements reflect a level-headedness that is hard to ignore. He stands out not because he's flashy or confrontational, but because he consistently chooses reason over drama, facts over gossip, and maturity over impulse. In a world dominated by online feuds, viral clips, and public spectacles, that kind of approach is almost revolutionary, and it makes you wonder whether he might be the stabilizing force that keeps some sense of sanity in an otherwise unpredictable and often volatile environment. Blueface only started talking the way he has been because his engagement was dropping and he needed a new storyline to stay relevant online. He hasn't said anything about wanting to marry Chrisean, but he should probably be aware that it's part of her plan, and walk away if that's not what he wants. Meanwhile, Cash hinted that there's a lot happening privately that people don't see, and that behind-the-scenes Chrisean is making major moves to secure her future and protect her peace. She also revealed that things between her and Blueface took a dark turn recently, claiming she was stomped out in his kitchen, and that moment became her breaking point. She said that was the last time she or her son would ever be around that kind of environment in Jesus' name, emphasizing that her safety is now her top priority. She made it clear she won't participate in any form of co-parenting if it puts her life at risk, and if co-parenting ever does happen, she's not showing up alone. Her brother or her boyfriend would be with her because she refuses to go anywhere by herself anymore. According to her, if things had been handled differently, Blueface would already be back in jail. Still, it's unclear why Chrisean keeps insisting Blue stomped her when. Blueface's mother, Carissa, denied it on his behalf, claiming the security guard was the one who intervened because Chrisean attacked him. She even said Blueface was yelling at the guard not to hurt his child's mother. For context, Carissa explained that the situation happened on what was supposed to be her son's first day reconnecting with his children. She said she had no issue with Chrisean Jr. being there but claimed Chrisean stalked them and pulled up in a black truck uninvited. Carissa also said Chrisean kept trying to touch her at the arcade, just days after disrespecting her when she asked if Chrisean Jr. could attend Blueface prison release. She added that Chrisean left her son at the arcade without diapers, food, or a car seat while following Blueface, and insisted that Chrisean is lying about Blueface stomping her. Carissa said nobody invited Chrisean to come that day, but she understood why she showed up since the baby might be her son's child, and bringing him along made sense. What didn't make sense, according to her, was Chrisean touching her, playing with her hair, and acting overly friendly after cussing her out just 2 or 3 days earlier when she simply asked if she wanted the baby taken to the jail with the other kids. Carissa claimed Chrisean called her every name in the book, threatened her, and acted completely different once the cameras were around. She insisted the friendliness was only so Chrisean could get Journey on camera, which would have ruined what was supposed to be a special moment for Blueface kids after 2 years apart. Carissa said the whole thing is recorded, including Chrisean allegedly attacking the security guards before driving off and leaving the baby behind without a car seat, diapers, food, or anything, while Jonathan's father stood there helpless, not even knowing what to do. Now, on top of all that, Chrisean is reportedly calling her son, Chrisean Jr., the new Jesus, and talking about living with her pastor, buying land, and building a compound. She's also claimed she made 7 figures and didn't need Zeus, Blueface, or anyone else. So people are confused as to why she's now asking the same broke people she insulted to send her help through a P.O. box. Not long ago she was online calling everyone broke and accusing people of clout chasing. And if she truly is struggling and back in LA, people are wondering why she doesn't just put Blueface on child support. If he really is Junior's father, why not handle it legally? Who knows? Maybe the reason she hasn't gone the legal route is because she knows Blueface might not be Junior's father, and that's why she's avoiding the paperwork altogether. And honestly, a lot of people online have said they don't feel bad for Chrisean anymore. It's not that they want to see her suffer, they are just tired of watching her get enabled over and over again. They feel she's been protected, excused, bailed out, and defended for so long that it's only fueled the chaos. Some even believe she needs to hit true rock bottom before she finally seeks real help. Others say the way Chrisean has been talking lately is giving off major cult vibes. Beyond bragging about buying acres for reasons nobody understands, she's also been making unsettling statements that sound like threats, almost like she wants to sacrifice people. Meanwhile, Blueface faced serious backlash after an episode of his dating show 20v1 where he jokingly compared one of the contestants to his son with Chrisean. When he swiped left, he said, "I'm going to swipe left, you kind of look like my son," which immediately set off alarms because everyone knew exactly which child he was referencing. Many felt he was using his own baby as a punchline for entertainment, and Chrisean clearly felt the same. She later said she looks forward to the day she and her son visit his tombstone, not because she wants to harm him now, but because she genuinely believes he'll die before them. She said she's done dealing with his constant disrespect and even accused him of starting the trend of people clowning their child online. Chrisean believes that much of the chaos surrounding her and Blueface began the moment he publicly involved their son in a joke. From her perspective, turning their child into a punchline wasn't just insensitive, it set off a chain reaction of negativity that continues to this day. According to Chrisean, Blueface mockery stems from jealousy, spite, or even insecurity. She feels that because she loves their child more than she loves him, he reacts defensively and lashes out in ways that are both personal and hurtful. While some might argue that teasing or joking in public is harmless, in this case it struck a nerve, and Chrisean's response has been both emotional and highly charged. She expressed fury at the situation, but what has caught public attention are some of the more extreme things she has said. In particular, comments about visiting his tombstone and suggesting that she might unalive him have raised eyebrows and alarm bells among observers. While it's clear that Chrisean's anger is intense and genuine, many critics argue that her words and threats go far beyond what is reasonable, giving off a kind of cult-like, unsettling energy that has people genuinely concerned. It doesn't stop there. Chrisean has also made threats toward other people who have challenged her publicly or criticized her behavior. When her ex, Bano, claimed she wasn't a good mother, she responded in a way that escalated the situation rather than de-escalating it. She spoke about knowing real bloods, a gang-affiliated reference meant to imply she has serious connections, and warned him not to run his mouth online, implying that harm could come to him if he didn't comply. Her accusations went further, claiming that he was using her for clout, dragging her name through the mud to gain attention, and pretending to be someone he wasn't. She also suggested that he was playing with politics he didn't understand and made the point that he was not a real blood, calling into question his authenticity and credibility in that world. Chrisean's pattern of publicly threatening and challenging men who have questioned her doesn't stop with Bano. She reportedly made similar comments about another ex, Ronnie, when he began pressing her for answers or confronting her about her behavior. The circumstances surrounding Ronnie's eventual demise, he ended up unalived, have only intensified public speculation about Chrisean and her connections. While no direct link has been officially established, the pattern of threats and the subsequent outcomes feed into a narrative that many find alarming and concerning. Observers argue that her words, combined with her public displays of anger, her references to violent networks, and her willingness to make extreme claims, create an aura of unpredictability and danger. Beyond these serious claims, Chrisean's public persona has also sparked questions about whether her behavior exhibits cult-like characteristics. Comments about controlling her image, threatening others, invoking fear, and creating an us versus them mentality are all behaviors that experts often associate with cult dynamics. Her repeated online rants, the cryptic references to her personal power and connections, and her readiness to confront anyone who challenges her contribute to this perception. Critics have pointed out that when someone continually justifies aggressive or threatening behavior in the name of authority, loyalty, or perceived divine support, it can start to resemble the social control and psychological patterns seen in cults. Her references to loyalty, protection, and punitive action against detractors echo those dynamics, making some viewers uneasy. Still, it's not all black and white. From Chrisean's perspective, her behavior is about protecting herself, her son, and her reputation in a world that has been highly critical of her. She likely views her statements as necessary to maintain boundaries, safeguard her child, and assert her position in situations that she feels could threaten her family or livelihood. The complexity of celebrity life, combined with social media scrutiny, public judgment, and the constant pressure to defend oneself, can amplify reactions that might otherwise seem extreme in a private context. Chrisean has repeatedly framed her actions as defensive measures, protecting her child, calling out perceived dishonesty, and ensuring that she is not disrespected or manipulated. For the public, though, it raises difficult questions. Are her actions purely defensive, or is there a deeper, more concerning pattern at play? Are the extreme statements and threats signs of someone genuinely under pressure and lashing out, or do they reflect a more calculated use of fear and authority over others? Whether or not these behaviors are officially cultish is a matter of debate, but the combination of public threats, references to powerful networks, violent undertones, and extreme statements about her exes and detractors certainly creates the appearance of concerning behavior. For anyone observing from the outside, it's hard not to feel a sense of unease or to question her intentions. Personally, I do believe that something unusual is going on with Chrisean. Her actions, statements, and online behavior do not fit within the normal bounds of interpersonal conflict or celebrity drama. There is a pattern of escalation, a blending of personal, public, and violent themes, and a reliance on fear and intimidation that suggests her behavior is more serious than just emotional outbursts. However, whether this is truly cult-related, psychologically manipulative, or simply a result of personal stress and celebrity pressures is still unclear. The line between extreme behavior and cult-like behavior can be difficult to define, and Chrisean's situation straddles that line in ways that make it challenging to categorize definitively. At the end of the day, the question is left to the public. Do Chrisean's recent actions give off cult vibes? Observers are divided, with some insisting that the extreme statements and threats are clear indicators, while others argue that the context of fame, personal drama, and public scrutiny complicates any simple judgment. Her behavior is provocative, intense, and at times frightening. And it is precisely this combination that keeps people talking, speculating, and questioning what might happen next. The story is far from over, and as long as Chrisean remains in the public eye, her actions will continue to be dissected, debated, and scrutinized. So, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Do her recent actions give off cult vibes, or is this just extreme behavior amplified by social media and celebrity life? Share your thoughts in the comments below and let's discuss what this all really means.